Let's see if we can get this thing live. Hey everybody, what's up? I hope you guys are doing great today, tonight, wherever you are, whenever you are watching this. I want to show you guys something pretty cool, eh? We're going to talk about traffic a little bit here. Let me just make sure I'm streaming this in the right location first. Whenever you are watching this. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do this on Facebook. Facebook is doing crazy algorithm changes and stuff like that, so they're probably not going to show this to everybody who's supposed to see this. And the irony of this is, like, people who need to see this kind of stuff the most will probably not see this, right? So I would appreciate if you guys can share it everywhere. I'm going to show you something really, really cool, okay? Something that most of our people in our space don't think about when it comes to traffic generation, all that stuff. Okay, Sonia, Seegers, how are you guys? Looking forward. Okay, so by the way, actually, I'll probably be announcing it a little bit later on. All right, let me make sure we get a few people on. You guys can share this. I'm going to show you something really, really cool, okay? We're going to talk about this thing right here, okay? We're going to talk about, see this thing? This thing right here, okay? I want to show you something. I just thought of it. I'm like, this is why, okay? Like, this is why people are struggling with traffic generation. Perfect, makes sense perfectly, right? And I'm going to, and we're just going to talk about it. I'm not sure what you guys think about it. What's up, Devon? How are you, man? Yvonne, good to see you guys. Austin Tools, always good to see you. Miles, looking forward to hanging out with you guys here in a couple of weeks on the yacht. All right, great. Floyd, what's up, Floyd Pike? You guys share this everywhere, okay? Share this everywhere. Let me ask you a question. How many of you guys can, over here, if you're watching this, and if you're watching this replay, also tell me that in the comments as well. Okay, I just got connection interrupted. Are we still live or not? If somebody can tell me. Can somebody tell me if we're live or not? Okay. All right, you never know what Facebook is going to do. Hey, Mohammed, good to see you. Okay, question for you guys. How many of you guys can solve this right here? How many of you guys can solve this Rubik's Cube? We're live? Okay, shared. Awesome. Thank you you guys for sharing. It's going to be great, man. Okay. How many of you guys can solve this Rubik's Cube? You're good. Okay, good. I want to actually see, do we have anybody watching this, okay? Can you solve this Rubik's Cube right here or not? Good, but was breaking up. Okay, I'm probably in a bad location. Glenda says I can, okay? Me, okay, Andres, yes, okay, good. Now, take this out. Check this out, okay? Soban says, yeah. Now, let me ask you guys this. How long do you think it would take you to solve this right here? Like, realistically, I'll tell you this. For me, it'll probably take, I don't even know, man, like, probably hours, at least. Glenda says, I used to be great at it, yeah? Yes, years ago. Years ago, okay. I'll tell you this. For me, it's going to take about, I haven't even tried solving it, but I played with it a little bit. I'm like, dude, this is like, I'm getting so frustrated with it, right? Okay, let me show you guys something. I've got a 12-year-old son. I've got 6 kiddos, but I got a 12-year-old son. Okay, and I've got an 11-year-old son. Okay, these guys have figured out how to solve these things like under a minute. As a matter of fact, let me play this little clip. I was just flipping through some of the, Andres says 5 minutes, somebody says an hour. I've never solved that puzzle, okay? 40 minutes, Simon says, okay. I was just going through my phone, right, and just kind of flipping through some pictures, just looking for some stuff. And I came across, a couple of weeks ago, my 12-year-old, okay, he came to me, he's like, hey, Papa, there's going to be this contest for this Rubik's Cube solving contest, right? And I want to be in it. So we paid the money. We got him onto that contest and all that stuff. So he goes there, and I watch these kids, some adults and some kids, like, solving these Rubik's Cubes. Okay, take a look at this, and I'm going to circle back and tell you how it's related to traffic. And I'll tell you something that will change your business forever. Okay, let me play this clip for you that I found. Take a look at this. This is my son on the left. Okay, look how he was able to do this kind of thing. Check them out, it's like 30 seconds, right? 31 seconds. Look, boom. 36 seconds, yeah? On the left. That's my maximum. 36 seconds. Okay? 36 seconds. It blew me away, right? Now, a few weeks prior to that, he got that Rubik's Cube in his hands for the first time ever in his life. Okay? Okay? Now, here's a big question. All right? I'm looking at your comments here. That's crazy, right? Now, remember, like to me, when I would get that, as is right now, it would take me hours, maybe days to solve that thing. I would get frustrated, out of my mind. I might get headache. I rarely get headaches because I drink Kangen water, by the way, right? But he got it. He's like, I'm going to figure this out, right? And then a couple of weeks later, he goes to this competition, literally like less than a month or so. He goes to this competition. He can do that in like under 40 seconds, like 36 seconds to solve it completely, right? Here is the biggest difference, you guys. Okay? The biggest difference is not, okay, so how most people operate is most people operate from one direction, okay? These guys, these kids that can do this kind of stuff, like almost magic-like, right? To us, adults who have never learned this strategy, okay? I'm like, Maxim, how do you do that? Okay, what does it take? He's like, Papa, it's easy. You just got to know the algorithm, right? You just got to know the algorithm. Okay? So those of you guys who said that you can solve this, now tell me if I'm right on this or not. There is an algorithm that you know, and you're looking at that Rubik's Cube completely differently than how I would look at that Rubik's Cube. You guys agree or disagree with me? By the way, share this because your friends, your fellow entrepreneurs needs to hear this. Okay? This, my friends, is what's going on in traffic. Okay? The biggest difference, there's two categories of people. There is one category of people like me with that Rubik's Cube to where I look at that thing, right? And all I see is this. I see a whole bunch of colored, squares. Okay? And I'm like, dude, where do I start? How do I do this? It looks complicated. It looks like, where do I start? And there is another, and by the way, most people are like that. Most people, okay? There's another category of people who look at that Rubik's Cube completely differently, right? And they look at it, they're like, okay, this color is here, so I got it, there was an algorithm, I know exactly what to do. Boom, they look at it, 5 seconds, they put it down, they pick it up, and in 30 seconds they can solve that thing, boom, right? Completely differently. You guys, this is exactly what's going on in the world of traffic generation, okay? Exactly what's going on. So there is a category of people who look at traffic generation from that perspective of, oh my goodness, where do I start? How do I do this? It's complicated. Facebook algorithms and Google, and these guys are telling me to go buy clicks, and I'm buying clicks, and it's not working out for me, and I'm grinding, and I'm sweating, and I'm getting frustrated, and I'm like, I want to pull my hairs out. It doesn't work. Why is it so difficult, man? And there is a second category of people, right? And I happen to be in that second category of people in the traffic world. When I look at that traffic generation game, I'm like, all right, I want to engineer certain result. So here's how many visitors I need to get. Here is where I need to get them. Here is how I engineer my campaign. Boom, you solve it, and you completely look at it from a different, and you approach it from a completely different direction. Okay? Okay? Now, question for you: when it comes to traffic, which category are you in? Are you in that first category who looks at traffic and like want to pull your hairs out because maybe you're trying things, it's taking you forever and it doesn't work and you're getting frustrated, you're throwing the towel, you're going circles and circles and circles? Or are you the second category who you're like, all right, I'm going to take about 5 seconds, I'm going to figure out how and what do I want? Boom, you get it, right? So, I've been teaching traffic generation for over a decade now, and right now, right, there is we see there is a huge gap that over 300, this is conservative numbers, over 300 million entrepreneurs worldwide, right? They are in that first category when it comes to traffic generation. These guys are like, I want to build my business, but when it comes to traffic, it's so complicated because there's several things, right, that you need to look at it. You need to understand the language, right? When I look at this Rubik's Cube, if I see that red color over there and there is a blue or a, yellow over there and there is a white on the other side, right? People who speak the language of that, like people who understand the algorithm, they're looking at that thing completely differently. Now, here is what my message for you today, okay? If you would like to learn the language of traffic, okay? If you would like to understand the algorithm and strategy for approaching traffic generation at the level that most people cannot and will not, simply because they are lacking this word, this thing called awareness. Awareness is everything, right? If you are aware of how to do something, look, can I learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube? Of course I can, right? Of course, I gotta understand key elements, right? Can you learn traffic generation? Of course you can. Can you look at traffic generation completely differently to where you're like, all right, I want to get 5,000 visitors today, off you go, right? So I'm going to be holding a master class, okay? I didn't put any links here. Most of you guys probably already saw that. I'm not sure if you're on the VIP list or not. There will be a little bit later on, I'm going to drop a link in the comments, okay, section. Maybe I'll pin it or something like that. If you want to learn traffic generation, strategies, and the language of traffic, to where, just like my son, right, he learned how to solve that Rubik's Cube, and he does it in 30 seconds, to where for somebody else might be, including myself, might be like, dude, how do you do that? Well, when it comes to traffic, I'm going to teach you the language of traffic. I've never done this before. I've taught traffic generation, but not to this extent. Not even close, right? So what you can do is I'm going to put the link up, or maybe you can get back to somebody, if somebody shared this with you or whatever the case might be. There's an event happening the 29th of this month, so it'll be next Tuesday, depending when you're watching this, and you're invited to attend, right? And I'm gonna be diving into a masterclass. It'll be traffic generation strategies. I'll be giving away mass traffic blueprint that when you learn, it'll be something that you'll be able to have for yourself. Okay, I'll be giving it away for free. It's a blueprint, the actual blueprint. I'll give you the actual blueprint. Where do you start? How do you go from complete beginning? How do you scale? What do you do first, second, third? A lot of people approach this traffic generation game. Listen up, okay, this is important as well. What's another way to put it? Well, another way to put it is like this. So a lot of people approach this traffic generation, idea from, imagine if, I don't know how many of you guys play chess or checkers here, right? You guys know the difference. There is a difference between chess and checkers, right? Traffic generation, you guys, is chess, is no checkers. You've got to understand, okay? Most people are trying to play the game of chess, applying the strategies of checkers. Think about it like this. If you take a professional marathon runner, right? Somebody who ran a few marathons, right? And then you take somebody who's an amateur, and they both are about to go on a marathon and run a marathon. What is it, 26.3 miles, yeah? Do you think there will be a difference in their approach to that run, right? Do you think there will be a difference? You guys, I cannot stress enough how most of our entrepreneurs here that are struggling with traffic generation and converting that traffic into sales, because ultimately that's what you really want, right? You want to have that traffic converted to sales. But everything starts with your approach, with your awareness, how to do that. Now, it can take you seconds, it can take you minutes, can take you days, can take you years, right? It's all in your awareness. Now, imagine if these two marathon runners, one is an amateur and another one is a professional who ran 3 marathons before, their approach will be completely different. For example, the amateur might just go and go crazy, right? Right from the get-go, and guess what? A mile into it, he's gonna have his tongue hanging out, and he cannot go no more. He's done. Literally, he's done, right? Whereas a professional understands the strategy of how to run a marathon. He understands pacing himself. He understands what it takes. He understands how to approach it, how to prepare for it. And then when it's marathon time, boom, he can run the marathon. And he can finish it, yeah? Okay? Guys, it's very, very important in the world of traffic. Nobody is teaching this. Nobody that I know is teaching this. I don't know, maybe you know somebody who does or not. I don't know anybody who's teaching this kind of stuff, right? Okay? You do not win the game of chess applying the rules of checkers. No way. Unfortunately, that's what most of so-called entrepreneurs, most of the so-called millionaires out there on the internet, pretenders, right, are doing. And that's not how you win the game. Okay? So what I'm doing is, for the first time in years, and for the first time ever to this extent, okay, I'm literally spending like a week. I've spent like a week preparing the content because I wanted to make sure that all the fat is cut out. I don't want to, it'll be about a 90-minute to 2-hour web class. Okay? It will be more valuable to you than any traffic course you have purchased in the past, and I can guarantee you that. Okay? Because it'll teach you how to approach, how to look at the metaphorical Rubik's Cube of traffic from with a completely different set of eyes, right? And when you look at that, then you'll be like, all right, I get it, I understand it, I can speak the language of traffic, and you will never, ever, 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 when you understand this, when you learn this, you will never worry about not having enough traffic. Okay? All right, you guys pumped? So here's what we'll do. If you haven't yet, right? If you haven't yet registered for the, or if you haven't gotten yourself on a VIP waiting list yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to give priority access and invitation to our VIP people. Either get back to somebody who shared it with you, or you can get on a VIP waiting list. If you're watching this on Facebook, you can probably have a link somewhere in the comments. You can find the link. Get yourself on a VIP waiting list, and then make sure that you show up on the 29th. Also, leading up to that, I will be, if you guys are on the VIP list, check your emails, because a little bit later on today, I'm going to actually, I'm about to shoot another video for you where I'm going to talk to you about the difference in traffic as well. There is traffic of prospects, right? There's pools of prospects where most people are going to, and there is pools of buyers that professionals go to. Okay, so I'm going to give you the difference and give you a little mini training leading up to that, so that you're coming to the web class prepared with awareness. I don't know if you want this or not, but if you do, don't miss this shot, because it will be the most important, perhaps the most important webinar you will attend, because kind of everything, if you're an entrepreneur, everything kind of depends on your ability to get traffic and convert it into sales, right? Nothing else really matters, okay? So I wanted to make sure that you guys are aware. And with that said, I will see you. If you're a VIP, I'll see you in another video I'm going to be sending you a little bit later. And if you would like to attend that webinar on Tuesday, I will see you there. All right? Cheers, everybody. Appreciate you guys. And hey, if I can help you get an idea or two to, with this traffic stuff, it'd be awesome. All right? I'll see you later. Bye.